This was supposed to be posted to TikTok, but then TikTok wanted to shut down and be like, you don't have any stories. And I'm just like, I just filmed a 5 minute video and it's just deleted. Anyways, hi, it's Rio. 2025 drama, and it's only February. Anyways, okay, so what happened at the start of this new year? Anyways, okay, so how 2025 started. 2025 is crazy, first off. Anyways, how 2025 started was I went on a trip with my friends to Vegas. Why Vegas? Because here's our friend group. All friend group started like I got like invited to this friend group, as into like our immediate friend group. It started off with two people and then people got invited. Okay, so my senior year, before senior year started, I saw someone that looked familiar. I walked up to a couple of my friends that I knew previous my junior year, and they were sophomores while I was a junior. And I was talking to them, and then this boy walked up, and then that's when I met him, as in who the person I'm living with now. And August 16th, 2023 was fucked. I will. My grandma also died that day. Anyways, that's when I met him, and then all of my whole friend group from junior year graduated, so I didn't have anyone to sit with, and then I knew him, and then his girlfriend was in my like previous drama, like my drama class, and so I sat with them, and then I met this another person. I love him so much. His name is Eros. Um, and then I got close with him because I was going through shit, and then we ended up leaving that friend group because it was toxic. And Eros went to visit another friend group, and then I joined that friend group because I knew two other people in that friend group that were in my current drama class, Azariah, Bryna, and Marian, which I already knew Marian because I did Mamma Mia with her in junior year. So 3 people. And then I got really close with Eros and EC. And then Connor was still a part of this other friend group. And then there was shit happening with Connor and Sammy, and I was friends with both of them, and I would just be go between, whatever. Moving on, they eventually, finally broke up, like completely. And Connor didn't have anyone, like any friend groups to sit with, so we would sit together during lunch and eat. And then I finally walked over and bring him to this friend group after a little bit, and then same that happened with my friend Ellie, and then everyone got close. And now EC and Connor are dating, and then Saren and Eros are dating. And then intermediate friend group, which EC, I, and Eros got really close. And then, yeah, their relationship. So that was our intermediate friend group. When I graduated, no one talked to me, like at all. They also knew that I was leaving in July, like the next month. And July was really packed for me, so I wanted hangouts to be in June. And like not just them, but like none of my friends talked to me except one, and I hung out with him the whole entire summer. Anyways, until July came along. Like, so for camp, I went to camp, I got back from camp, and this week was like the whole moving week, so I didn't even have a full week. Came back from camp, and I was just walking in downtown Saturday something, and like the Saturday before I moved with Tio, and Eros drives by, and I see him, and I thought because Tio's mom was coming to pick Deborah up, Deborah was coming to pick Tio up, and drive us home. And I was like, and we dropped everything and just ran to each other and hugged, which I understand they have their own lives, but like, I was leaving across the country. Um, I was leaving across the country. I forgot what I was talking about. I remembered. So, and then I realized it wasn't Eris's mom in the car, it was Tia's mom. And I was like, wait, pause. You guys know each other? They grew up together. Tia and Eris grew up together. And I'm like, so instead of taking me home because I haven't seen Eros all like summer, we instead went to a musical, Sweeney Todd, and like a whole nother like city. And I was like, me being a theater kid, one of my favorite musicals. I love Sweeney Todd. I've also seen it twice. Once in DC. Anyways, not DC. Once in Maryland, and then we drove to DC because Danielle wanted meat pies. It was closed, by the way. We didn't get our meat pies. Anyways, moving on. That night when I got dropped off at Eris's house, Tia was like, okay, Rio, I'll see you. And I was like, sometime. I'll see you sometime. And then he assumed that I was mad at him because I said sometime and not later this week. And then so he texted Shay and was like, is Rio mad at me? Whatever. And I was like, dude, line up the dates. I leave on Thursday. It's Saturday night. I'm going to be with Eros Sunday and then Monday. I have a friend hang out on Wednesday. And, what is it? I have a friend hang out on Tuesday, and Wednesday I am doing something with my dad that my mom, on that day, my mom called my dad and was like, Rio needs to come home. And I was like, dude, I'm 18. Stop doing all this. Also, we literally just left. It's like I'm trying to have one day with my dad in peace, and you want to do this. Anyways, it's a problem with both my parents, not just blaming my mom. And then I moved across the whole country, and no one called me except Maggie to ask if I took my meds, and to Connor for calling me and telling me all of the updates that's happening with the friend group. It's okay. And then there was problems with Shay seeing my friends and all of that, and it's just like, girl, I haven't seen them in 5 months. I'm going to focus on this. Yeah. Anyways, moving on. Moving forward. So, like at the very end of me staying in Maryland, I called Eros on his birthday in November telling him that I was going to be in town. He was the only person that knew. And then I found out that Connor moved to Vegas. So our friend group just because people were leaving and growing up. Connor is still a minor. Because he moved because family drama. I'm not going to get into that. That's none of my business to share it to the world. And I'm not... Like, Connor's family knows more about my family than the world does. Because we have similar shit going on. And it's like, it's a lot to take in at once. So I'm not gonna get into that. But fast forward to when I got back moved back. So I was here for about a week before I saw literally anyone except one person. Like, I got back on Monday night. Tuesday morning, I was asked to go over to a friend's house, and I was like, dude, I don't want to go over there and clean your room because that's all you wanted me for. I've been back in California for literally less than 24 hours. Less than 12, let alone. Anyways, so Connor knew I was going to be back in town because Connor was also going to be back in town, and we were going to surprise everyone. And then, going through the plan, everyone needed to know that I was going to be back in town to surprise this one girl. My favorite surprise yet. So we went to everyone was at EC's house, and we walked in. Connor and I hid in the bedroom, and EC was in the bathroom, and EC knew that Connor was there, but didn't know that I was there. So they hugged, And then everyone was like, turn around, we have one more surprise for you. And I walk out and she screams, and it's my favorite surprise ever. It's, I don't know if I posted it on YouTube. It's somewhere. It's just somewhere. Anyways, fast forward, I told everyone that I moved back, which was really hard on me, and then I got kicked out 3 times in fucking December. 3 times. Both my parents' house and my house in Maryland. And then we went to Vegas as a group, and my father, he did not want me to go at all. And I was just like, dude, I'm 18, you were completely okay with me. Well, not okay, he attacked me on it, but he really did not have a choice of me going across the whole fucking country, 3,000 miles away, by myself, by the way, but you're not okay with me going to Vegas 600 miles away with 4 other people. They're all minors, but 4 other people, let alone I'm the oldest out of all. And if I was a minor, my parents would not let me go at all. So they all should be lucky. Anyways, a lot happened on that trip. A lot. It's definitely one for the books, and not in a good way. I mean, we all had fun because we were all with our intermediate friend group type. It was Eros, Saren, EC, Connor, and then me, because I was close with these 2. And then their significant others, boyfriends. Sarah and I, we fight like siblings, and Connor's like my brother, so it's like, ugh. Anyways, so that trip consisted of a whole lot of cops, a whole lot of, I'm not gonna mention that word, and a whole lot of ER trips. I'm like being dead serious. I got told that I was getting arrested. Connor and Grandma got a ticket. It was like this whole thing, and I was like, oh. So, aside from all of this, no one knew in my family except my mom. Like, my mom was the only person, because I was just like, hey, just letting you know this happened. Just letting you know this is happening, and I needed my mom to go with me through it because my brother, we don't talk about him, but that was like a whole thing, and I was like, I cannot go to jail. None of my friends see me in jail either. It's just like I cannot experience that. So my mom was just like, okay, don't go along with this story or else you'll be a part of crime. And I was like, I've only told the truth when they've talked to me. Like, if they don't talk to me, I'm not gonna talk to them. And if they like directly talking to me, then I'll tell them the truth. But and then they were like, okay, so you're an adult and you should know better. So you might get arrested. Don't freak out. And I'm just like, excuse me? Anyways, this was all on January 3rd. Yeah, January 2nd. It was a chill out day because I injured my arm like in the very, very morning, like 2 a.m. and then waited 16 hours to go to the ER. 9 p.m. We were here when I was like, okay, I need to go to the ER because my arm was going in and out of like quote unquote consciousness or whatever like a human body does, but like I could feel it one moment and it was painful, and then it would go numb, and it's just like I can't. It's like nothing's there. Which that still happens. Why? Because I have nerve damage, but I can currently do this and feel it's painful a little bit, but like I'm still working. Anyways. So on January 4th, which is the day that we're leaving, we were gonna do all the stuff that we planned on to do before, but couldn't. So we went to Fremont, and we had this short period of time to do things because then we had to go back to the house we were at and pack and get on the plane. And we were driving to Fremont, and I got the text message that I officially got kicked out. So Connor was just like, just stay here. Like, and I was like, I need to go back to California to figure things out. So, but we went to Fremont. the whole EC and Eros were waiting for us because we all, Sarah and I and Connor, went Skype, the plane thing, and that took over an hour and a half. I also did not have my vision. I'm deaf, mostly, and I had to hold the camera with this arm, and that did not go well. So I was in pain, a lot of pain. So I was just standing there, and I was like, we were separated. I was like, I can't hear you or see you. And Connor had to walk up just to see me, for me to see him, and then walk back to his place because it's. And then there's 2 seats in the middle, and then right like that with how the Fremont zipline goes. Anyways, so we didn't have any time to do anything else, but there are pictures. There's a lot of pictures from that trip, and I love them. Anyways, we went back to California. And then like the next day or two, I was with my mom and Shay at Starbucks, and I was like, "So, Mom, how would you feel if I moved to Vegas?" And she turned around to me and says, "You would go back to Vegas after everything that's happened there?" And I'm just like, "You did not just say that to me." Anyways, Shay was like, I didn't say that out loud, and Shay turns around and was like, "And yet she would come back to California after everything's happened to her here." And Mom was like, "That's different. That's 2 different things." And so I was like, "No, Mom. Actually, it's the same. Not only that, California is worse. What happened to Vegas? Whatever, it was a week of things that were not planned. What happened in California was 18 years of trauma built up. 18. And then when I leave, all my parents care about, all my mom cares about is school, and all my dad cares about is my meds. Like, not how my day was, not if I made any friends, not how I was doing, not how I was settling in, nothing. And then I wasn't even allowed to talk about any of that when they would call. So I just ignored both of their calls. Like, every single text message is about my meds. And so what happened? I moved. And the first week it was just emotions after emotions because Connor and I are dealing with the same shit mostly. It's like a different story with him, but it was like it's still, there's still emotions piling up because then again I'm still choosing to not have my parents blocked, and I still have past trauma, and with him, he's not an adult yet. Not only that, he has a girlfriend that's also not an adult, and everyone seems to have opinions and inputs into my living situation and what they do. So it's like, it's not just my family, it's his mom, which we cannot see, everyone else, his stepmom, which I choose not to see because I don't like Connor's stepmom. Connor's dad scares the living shit out of me. It's constant fights between stepmom, the dad, and the grandma and all of that, fighting for custody and then guilt tripping whether like they want him back to go to the police trip for his aunt's wedding, but they were not gonna put him on the plane anyways. He was gonna stay with someone else, and I'm just like, the minimal litigation is crazy. Anyways, fast forward to February 12th, and EC got on a plane and came down, and the stepmom had an opinion about it. It's like, you'd really allow that, a 16-year-old girl flying there when you're trying to separate the codependency? And I'm just like, dude, she not only has her boyfriend, but she has one of her closest friends. Like, because Connor and I have been, like, there's been drama recently with everyone, and it's like, Connor and I feel like it's literally us against the whole world. We understand there's other people that care and love us, but like, it feels like that we're like on an island by ourselves, and it's just us, like at the end of the day, and it's like, it's just. Anyways, I made friends, and everyone's annoyed at the fact because I'm actually talking to my friends and whatnot, and it's like, dude, you wanted me to make friends my age in the first place. And then I made friends, and then you have a problem with me actually talking to them. Okay, anyways, I'm done with my resume and I'm figuring out jobs now. That's what today is filled with. Also, my outfit's cute today. Ignore the fact we're just gonna ignore the fact that my jeans are unbuttoned. They're unbuttoned because I need to breathe and I have shorts underneath. There's literally layers that I have on. There's this. So cute. Anyways, if I just button this, hold on. I have shorts underneath. Why? Because I'm on my period and I don't want any chances of bleeding through. So I have this. There's another shirt right here. There's my Bible verse shirt, which is actually a fall retreat shirt, which is that, and then right there. And then Eros gave me this sweatshirt. It's National Parks. It's just a baby blue. So, and then I have my necklace because my fucking cross necklace broke. So, update. I don't know if you guys know, but I went to the ER on Friday.